Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we have another pick a card reading, and this pick a card reading is all about the week ahead. So starting tomorrow, Sunday, January 26th, all the way until Sunday, February 1st. So we are taking a look at the official last week of January 2020. So I thought it would be fun to do this with my new tarot deck that I just got. It is this deck right here. I was actually inspired by Charmed Intuition Tarot. She is another tarot reader on YouTube. If you've not checked her out, please go ahead and do so. She is amazing. I love her videos. She actually utilizes charms in her readings as well, which I think is amazing. Every time she does them, I'm like blown away at how accurate they are. She tends to use these cards a lot in her readings, and I was really drawn to them for that reason because the imagery on these cards is so beautiful, and I have just been dying to get my hands on them, and I finally was able to do so. So thank you to her for just inspiring me to get them. Again, if you've not checked out her channel, please go ahead and do so. I will try and link her channel in the description box in case those of you who want to go check her out. Okay, so as always, we have three piles down below. We have pile number 1 with some rose quartz. We have pile number 2. This is with a turquoise crystal that is still unnamed. I'm still learning the names. Honestly, I should probably just look up in my crystal spirit oracle cards and see if I can match it to this thing, but I've yet to do that. And then we have pile 3 with some amethyst. So if you guys need to, go ahead and pause the video and meditate on which card or which pile you are being drawn to the most. I find to get the most accurate reading going with your intuition rather than just what you see, ahead of you. And also what I would recommend, if you guys aren't already, maybe just think about a specific question or specific thing that you want answered, for this week. And maybe that'll kind of help pull you in the right direction as to which pile is meant for you, okay? Sometimes when you think about what it is that you really want maybe more clarification on, that might give you a better indication as to which pile to select. Because again, these are general readings. So, there's going to be multiple messages for multiple people. So if you want to try to get the most accurate one for yourself, I would say try doing that and see if that works out better for you. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started with the first group. As always, I will have the timestamps listed down in the description box below, so you guys can go ahead and fast forward to your reading. Okay, so we're going to start with pile 1. I'm going to go ahead and move these guys off to the side. All right. So we have pile 1 or group 1 with some rose quartz. I'm going to go ahead and move that guy off to the side. And we're going to start with your tarot cards. All right. So we have the 3 of Cups. We have the Knight of Cups. The 9 of Cups. All right. Lots of cup energy here. 10 of Pentacles. And the World. Beautiful. So see, this is what I'm talking about as far as the imagery in these cards. Like, how gorgeous is this? Like, just so vibrant and colorful. I love it. I'm obsessed. I might have to start using this a lot. All right, so group 1. So how I'm going to do this for the week ahead, I usually like to group up my cards a little bit, just so then that way I can kind of do more so like the beginning, middle, and end of the week. That seems to work for me whenever I do these readings. So yeah, that's how we're going to focus on today. So it looks like the start of your week, you guys have the 3 of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So the 3 of Cups is all about celebration, and the Knight of Cups is all about like being hopeful, possible new love interest, something to be excited for. Cups energy has to deal with love anyway, primarily. It's like love, happiness, friendship, family, all of that. And with the Knight of Cups, it's kind of like that knight in shining armor aspect. So perhaps for some of you guys, you could have or be in the early stages, I would say, of possibly like a new relationship. And that could be why you've got cause for a celebration here, because the Three of Cups is all about kind of surrounding yourself with your loved ones, like your friends, your girlfriends, your guy friends. And I feel like there's some sort of celebration. So either you're celebrating, this new relationship, or you're celebrating something that you're really excited about, you're really hopeful for. Again, this could just also be a birthday or, promotion or just basic get together. But ultimately with the fact that you have the Knight of Cups here, the fact that it kind of signifies hope and newness here, I feel like for some of you guys are being hopeful and excited about the week ahead. Perhaps there's something you're looking forward to in regards to your work life or your career. Perhaps you guys are waiting to hear back if you're getting, the position that you have applied for, or perhaps you'll be finding out if you're going to get that pay raise. Maybe you had your annual review and you're just kind of waiting to hear back, or you're about to have your annual review. So something to be excited for, because it's a possibility of, more money, things like that. So there's definitely a lot of excitement here at the beginning of the week. And I can see the fact that you are kind of already, I would say, like filling up your cup, if you will, starting off your week right, because you're surrounding yourself with good people, with good energy. I feel like, are just going to be at a good place just right off the bat with the start of the week. Midweek, beautiful. You've got the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is considered the wish card. And if you've been wishing for something, or if you've been wanting something to know the answer to something specific, the answer is yes. Okay. You guys are definitely going to get some good news midweek. Things are going to look really good midweek for you guys. If you guys notice here, the imagery in this card specifically, she seems to be like at peace. She's excited. I mean, not really excited, but she's just kind of like, oh, I don't have to worry about nothing. She's almost done. The 9 is a sense of you're almost there. You're kind of at a sense of completion. You're about to achieve your goal, and, what's done is done, but in a positive way, in a good way. So I feel like some good news or some good indication is going to be coming your guys' way midweek, that is definitely going to kind of put you guys on a continued path of bliss, if you will, because we have here the 10 of Pentacles and the World for the end of the week. Excuse me. So the 10 of Pentacles is all about a sense of security. And it doesn't necessarily mean, excuse me, doesn't necessarily mean just like security with finances, although it definitely can, because the 10 of Pentacles, or Pentacles itself, does talk about, money, finances, all of that. But this also refers to family. So like a sense of stability. The fact that, family is primarily at the forefront for you guys at the end of the week. You could be at a good place from whatever this may be. So for some of you guys, if you were waiting on that promotion, or if you were waiting to hear if you got this raise, whatever it may be, if you did get that, to me, that tells me because you're at a sense of like, okay, I don't have to worry about that. I can now focus on my, family and my loved ones. That to me tells me that that's where it's going to go towards at the end of the week, that you're kind of just at this place. So you know what, life's good. Now I can kind of focus more of my time and attention on what really matters. Okay. And the fact that you have the World here right at the end tells me that the world is your oyster. I mean, like, you guys are pretty much at such a good place from whatever this news is bringing you. It's going to bring you endless possibilities. that's basically what I'm seeing here with the 10 of Pentacles and the World card right there. The World is really just a reminder that anything is possible, that you have, you know, the world is at your feet. You make of it what you will. I know I'm giving a bunch of just, you know, throwing sayings out there, but I mean, I'm saying them because they matter, because they mean something in this. And it couldn't be more true for you guys. You know, if you guys chose this pile, especially at the end of your week, that you guys have so much to look forward to and there's endless possibilities. So I feel like this, you know, the end of January, you know, of 2020 has just been, if anything, really good for you guys. You guys are definitely going to be at an even better place at the end, knowing that you have all of these possibilities or, you know, options ahead of you. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your Queen of the Moon Oracle card. So you guys had one that came through. You have focus. So it's the waxing gibbous moon. And what's crazy is I think I mentioned something about, yeah, you have the time to focus on what truly matters. So yeah, I think this is just another indicator that, you know, you definitely will be focusing your time and energy on that, you know, based off of whatever good news is coming your way midweek. I think this also too can talk about you just focusing on you and your happiness. You know, sometimes we tend to forget about ourselves in the mix of, you know, our day-to-day lives, you know, because we're so focused on work and, you know, our loved ones and family and, you know, everything like that. And we sometimes forget, you know, about ourselves. And I think with this week, if anything, this is kind of showing you that, you know, you can take the time to focus on what truly matters. And you also matter in this too. The fact that you are going to have whatever it is that you've been hoping for, that you've been wishing for, that's an achievement in and of itself, you know, and the fact that you can put your time and energy into that and focus on your achievements and your endeavors, that's a beautiful thing. Okay, so I love the fact that this did come through for you guys. All right, so you guys have two messages that came through for your Lover's Oracle cards. The first one is a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. All right, so that's a beautiful message for those of you guys who needed to hear that. You know, I feel like this could be definitely, you know, if you're in a relationship, could be indicating, you know, reminding you that your loved one definitely loves you. You know, again, I'm thinking of like this Knight of Cups energy. So that could be from that. And then we have manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Yes, so again, I like the fact that this came through because that just makes me think of this Nine of Cups energy, that whatever you've been hoping for or that you've been wanting, you're going to manifest it. You're going to make it happen. You guys are definitely, I think, just putting this positivity out there, and you guys are reaping the, you know, the benefits of it. So kudos to you guys for this beautiful work, you know, week. I would love to hear what exactly came through for you guys, or what good news is coming, you know. So let me know in the comment section down below after this week, after you watch this, if any of this did come true, if any of this did resonate. And I would definitely love to hear how. That would be so neat, because it seems like you guys have a lot of cool stuff to look forward to. All right, group one. So again, please go ahead and like this video if this did resonate or if you enjoyed it. And if you are not subscribing, please go ahead and subscribe down below. I would truly appreciate it. I'm trying to, you know, slowly get this channel to grow. So, you know, any little bit would definitely help. Alrighty. So we are going to go ahead and get started with our second group. All right. Group two. So if you guys chose this beautiful turquoise crystal, this message is for you. We're going to start with your tarot cards first. All right. So you guys have the King of Swords, King of Cups, All right, we got some king energy here. The Sun, beautiful. 5 of Wands. And the Death card. Okay. Looks like some changes happening here. Okay, so group 2. Okay. So how I'm going to do this, I'm going to start with these two as like the beginning of your week. This would be the middle of your week, and this would be more so like the end of your week. Okay, since we're looking at a week at a glance. So the beginning of the week, the fact that you guys have the King of Swords and the King of Cups tells me that there is a male figure in your life, a male authority figure, perhaps your father or a father-like figure. The reason why I say that is because it's the cups energy, and the cups usually have to deal with like emotion and love. And it's funny because the King of Swords is like the opposite, not really the opposite, but it's emotionless or attachment less. Like there's no real attachment there. It's more so, this would represent like a boss figure or somebody who has no real emotional attachment to you, but still a sense of authority. But the fact that you have the King of Cups, that tells me, I feel like this kind of overrules that and tells me that this is more so like a father figure. So perhaps for you guys, at the beginning of the week, your father or your father-like figure, maybe your stepfather, grandfather even, somebody could be having some words of wisdom for you at the beginning of the week here. I say that because that's usually what the King of Swords energy represents. It represents somebody kind of that you would confide in, or that, not necessarily confide in, again, somebody that would offer some words of wisdom to you, or that can offer you some sort of guidance. I think of like a coach or a trainer or somebody like that that can just offer you some helpful tools or some helpful words of wisdom to help you get through things. But again, because we're talking about possibly somebody who matters to you, I think a little bit more, or who has an emotional connection to you, I feel like, you know, they might be offering you something that, some sort of guidance that perhaps you're kind of stuck on. For some of you guys, either if this has to do with, you know, your love life or your financial situation, your career, whatever it may be, I feel like you're kind of turning to them at the beginning of the week, and you're asking them, you know, for some type of assistance, or maybe just, like I said, that guidance of like, you know, hey, what do I do in this situation? How do I make this better? How do I make this right? That's what I'm seeing from this. That's the vibe that I'm getting from that energy. The Sun card. So you guys have the Sun card in the middle of the week, and this is all about, you know, positivity, you know, at its finest. The Sun card is a beautiful card to get because, you know, it's just, like I said, it's a complete positive card, basically. You know, like this means yes. So like if you have been, perhaps if you went to your father figure, whoever this was at the beginning of the week, you know, grandfather, father, whomever you turn to for advice, I feel like they're going to give you the answer that you seek, and you'll find that midweek that it is a yes, that, you know, hey, either, you know, things will work out, you know, just kind of give it time, or here's what you got to do to make it work in your favor. You know, I feel like that's basically what is going to, you know, come through and kind of maybe get you to realize like, okay, everything will be fine. Maybe I was just kind of, too wrapped up in my own head, you know, and maybe I was a little too fearful as to like what exactly would come, you know, what choices I should make or whatnot. But the fact that you have the sun here just kind of tells me that, you know, things are going to be okay, even though, you know, you obviously had to go seek out some, you know, guidance or some sort of help. Things are going to be okay. And I think you guys will definitely see that midweek. Okay. Now, towards the end of the week, we've got definitely some change here. Okay. Now, this could be the change that you could have been asking about. So if your question was something along the lines of, should you change, let's say, your career path, or should you change, you know, your group of friends, or change, you know, something like that, where you just had to go a different path than what you were currently on. If that's what your question was, or whom you were seeking advice from for that, I think you're going to get the clarification that you need midweek, but then at the end of the week, this is going to kind of be like the deciding factor. And the reason why I say that is because the Five of Wands energy is all about, excuse me, is all about, you know, the fact that there could be people that are in your life that you might need to cut out. And I say that because if you look at the imagery here, it's like there's too many cooks in the kitchen. That's the thing that comes to mind. You've got all of these girls here that are kind of like arguing with one another over what they should do next, right? And then if you notice, there's like a fire, it's like spreading, you know, everything's spilling over. So clearly they're not doing things right. And no one really wants to pay attention to the bigger picture. They're just arguing. So I feel like if that is the situation that you're finding yourself in, where if this has to relate to like a friendship, or, you know, friendships like this with certain people, this might mean that, you know, there's some sort of chaos going on, and you know what you need to do. You need to just kind of cut that out, whether this is at work, whether it's with your family, whether it's with friends. You know, it seems like there's just a lot of people that aren't really being nice or playing nice, if you will. And so you kind of just need to know like whom to cut out or what to cut out, so that way you can no longer be a part of this, because I feel like it's kind of weighing heavy on you, especially at the beginning of the week. And I think that's why you're seeking the guidance that you are. And perhaps for some of you guys, I know I was saying I feel like primarily it's a father-like figure, but perhaps for some of you guys, it is your boss that you're going to, because if this is at work, like if you're dealing with a chaotic situation at work, perhaps you are seeking advice from your boss saying like, look, I don't know what to do. What do I do with this situation? Everyone's, you know, we're just not getting along, or this or that just isn't working. And like I said, I think midweek you're going to find some sort of clarification, and you're going to see the bigger picture, which in this situation might come up again. But ultimately at the end, it's like you guys know what it is that you need to cut out. And that's why there's, you know, the Death card here. The Death card is all about cutting out what no longer serves you and letting it go, letting it die. And if that means, you know, those work relationships, or if that means those friendships that just are no longer serving you the way that they should, then you need to cut it out. That's just kind of the end all be all. But I feel like it's honestly for the better. You know, anytime the Death card comes up and it talks about this, you know, closing of the chapter, it's for a reason. And it's usually a good reason. It's something that you were meant to learn from. It was something that you were meant to grow from, for sure. And the fact that you have the Sun card here in the center just reminds me that, you know what, it's going to work out. It's all for the best. It's divine timing. It's, you know, everything is going to be okay. So if for whatever reason this situation has been weighing heavy on you, just know that it is going to be okay. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at your Queen of the Moon Oracle cards. You guys had two that came for you. So the first one is Fruition. All right, so you have the harvest moon. So this is all about things coming into fruition, that things are going to be bountiful and work out in your favor. Like you're going to reap the rewards or benefits of the rewards. Oh my gosh, I don't even think I'm saying that right. Excuse me. But basically, you're going to be rewarded for all of this hard work. And I feel like that kind of just makes sense here with the Sun card, because the Sun card can be about fruition. It can be about new beginnings and things of that nature, and things just kind of blossoming. If you notice here with the imagery, they're dancing around in a, big sunflower field, and, everything's bright and beautiful and colorful. And then here with the fruition, you've got like all of this beautiful fruit and colors and everything right here. So to me, that just tells me that everything is just, again, going to work out, and it's going to be okay for you guys. Okay. And then the last card we have is Queen of the Moon. So this is sovereignty. So this is, I think, a good indicator. You guys have a lot of strong queen and king energy here. And I think this is also another good indicator, that reminding you that you have the power of your own choices and of your life. Okay. Just because there's a lot of things that may be out of your control going on around you doesn't mean that you still don't have some say-so in your own life. Okay. And I think that's probably why a lot of you guys maybe sought wisdom or sought help from others at the beginning of the week here, because you're like, you know what, how am I going to make sure that I'm okay in this situation? How am I going to make sure that like I get through this? I need to look out for me. I need to take care of me. And that's where I feel like this energy comes through. It just kind of solidifies that you are trying to like not get caught up in all this, that you're like, no, I need to cut this out. I need to make sure that I stay focused and I do what's right, for me. So that way I don't get myself in trouble, or I don't get myself, caught up in that mess. And, I need to, take charge. And that's really what the sovereignty moon is all about. It's just being large and in charge of your situation. So, hopefully that resonates with you guys, but that's just kind of, again, what's kind of coming through, with this energy here. All right. So you guys have two Lover's Oracle cards. The first one you have is New Beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So yes, with the Death card, New Beginning. So by cutting out what no longer serves you, you guys are definitely going to, I think, start over, start fresh. And it's definitely going to be a beautiful new beginning. It's going to work out in your favor. All right, the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Again, talking about all that new beginning, letting go of what no longer serves, this Five of Wands energy, cutting that out, again, with this Death card. So yeah, I think for this week for you guys, group 2, it looks like you guys are definitely getting rid of some things that just no longer serve you, but it's all for the better. And I think you guys are definitely going to feel 10 times better after this week. And I feel like it's going to be a huge weight lifted off your shoulders, by the end of the week. So I'm excited for you guys for that reason. But yeah, hopefully this resonated with you guys. If it did, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear how exactly, this situation worked out, or, was this a work situation? Was this, something that you did have to go maybe seek advice for? Yeah, and then like I said, hopefully it does work out in your favor. So let me know in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'm going to go ahead and get ready for our last, but certainly not least group. All right, group 3. This is your reading if you guys chose the amethyst crystal. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with your tarot cards. Move these guys off to the side. All right, so let's take a look at what we have. You guys actually had the most cards come through in your reading, so we've got a lot. So we've got the Two of Wands, the Page of Wands. So right off the bat, some wand energy. Page of Cups and Page. The Hanged Man. Six of Wands. Ace of Cups. And Queen of Swords. This is what I'm talking about. You guys had a lot. All right. So group 3. Take a second here. Okay, so group 3. How I'm going to do this is I'm going to kind of break this off into sections. So we're going to start with this is like the beginning of the week, middle of the week, and end of the week for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to try to move these down a little bit just so you can kind of see. Hopefully, I apologize if my camera keeps going like in and out of focus, but hopefully that works. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands and the Page of Wands here at the beginning of the week for you guys. So it looks like for some of you, the beginning of the week is going to be all about choices. There's obviously something that you guys are contemplating the beginning of this week, whether it's a new path, like a career path, something. You guys are contemplating what to do here. We have the fact that you have the Two of Wands and the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is all about, you know, yeah, this sense of contemplation, like, should I move forward or not? Two of Wands, again, is kind of like, well, should you do this or should you do that? There's, like I said, there's just a lot of thinking going on here. And I think you guys are kind of like at a crossroads almost. Like you're not sure if the path that you're on is the right one. And I think you're trying to figure out what exactly that looks like, or what your life would look like if maybe you went down a different path. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing at the beginning of week. At the beginning of the week, there's definitely some sort of contemplation going on here. Then you guys have the Page of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Wands. So midweek, I feel like we're still on this sense of, I don't know what to do. So the Page of Cups talks about like a creative endeavor. The fact that perhaps the situation in which you're contemplating on what to do has to do with some sort of creativity, whether that means like some sort of to express yourself artistically. So like if you are wanting to maybe get into makeup, I'm going to use that as an example because I do makeup. So that's just the only first thing that jumped into my mind. So let's say if you've been wanting to start a YouTube channel to do makeup tutorials, and you've been contemplating like, well, what is that going to look like? How much is that going to cost? Am I going to have to get like a fancy camera equipment? Am I going to have to do this? Am I going to have to do that? Like there's so many things to contemplate when it comes to starting, you know, a YouTube channel, when it starts to, or when it comes to you starting some sort of change, right? So I think that's why you're kind of, or for the most part, you know, you're at this, you know, what do I do situation? You know, you've got that Two of Wands there that literally is like, what do I do? What do I do? Right? So primarily, I feel like, you know, for some of you guys, this is, you know, more so going to call upon you to utilize your artistic skills for this. And I feel like there's a sense of you wanting to do that, or to, you know, do something maybe that you haven't necessarily done before. And the fact that you have the Hanged Man there, I feel like shows that you, again, are stuck. You feel stuck. You don't really know what to do. So for a lot of you guys, whatever this situation is where you're feeling like, should I or shouldn't I, it's going to carry over for sure midweek. You're going to be contemplating this for a few days. And like I said, you're going to feel stuck and not really know which direction you should go in or like how you should necessarily move forward. Okay. Then you guys have the Six of Wands here. And the Six of Wands, it is, you know, a sense of victory, if you will. But this is kind of like showing that you have, or maybe you're experiencing victory in a way of, or like you're kind of like on the right path, if you will. So whatever this situation is, if this is calling for you to explore your more artistic side, I feel like that is going to work out in your favor because, you know, maybe you are really good at makeup. I'm using makeup as an example, but maybe you are really good at makeup and, you know, there's, you know, the sense of fear, like I said, that's holding you back to actually go through with maybe starting a YouTube channel or maybe starting your own business. Maybe that's something too that kind of has you stuck because, you know, that does again require a lot of risk because you've got to get yourself out there. You've got to, you know, revamp your social media, maybe get business cards or whatever it may be that you're wanting to do. You almost maybe don't know where to begin. And that's where I think, again, that Hanged Man comes into play. But I think once you get past this point and you kind of maybe prioritize what it is that you need to do, you'll come upon the Six of Wands energy, right? So this is just basically saying that, you know, you're doing something right, or, you know, you're going to be recognized, I think, for your efforts. So perhaps if you are maybe putting your name out there or creating like a Instagram account or like a Facebook page to show off your work, I think you're going to get recognized, and that's how you'll be able to gain, you know, the recognition that you're seeking, you know, to start this new endeavor. Okay. So I would definitely say don't allow fear to hold you back, you know, and I know that's easier said than done, because honestly, I've been there and I feel like I'm still there at certain points because like I mentioned, I do makeup as well. And I sometimes find that to be one of the most difficult things because the last thing you want is for, you know, you to feel like you're not good enough or for somebody to not like your work. And in hindsight, you kind of have to realize like not everyone is going to like what you do. You know, you can't please everyone. It's impossible. But there are people who will. There are people who will love what you do, who will, you know, continue to support you. And that's all that truly matters. Okay. So just wanted to quickly throw that out there because I can relate to that. Okay. All right. So then the fact that you guys have the Ace of Cups here and the Queen of Swords for the end of the week. Now, the Ace of Cups is a beautiful card to get. Okay. Because it's all about your cup runneth over, if you will. If you look at the imagery here, literally her cup is runneth over. That means there's just so much positivity. And that, you know, basically, you know, the universe is going to, you know, make you feel blessed and make you feel like, you know what, you're on the right path. Things are going to come your way. And I think like we were talking about here with the Six of Wands energy, once you get that recognition, if you do create maybe that Instagram account or if you create that Facebook page, whatever it is for your business, people are going to recognize you and they're going to want your business. And pretty soon you're going to have a bunch of people hitting you up and saying, hey, I want you to do this. I want you to do that. So know that I think you're going to see a definite progression. Now, it may not necessarily be like, you know, come Friday or Saturday, but I think, you know, for the fact that you're having this at the end of the week could be indicating that this could be coming your way for sure. Okay. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. I think just if it doesn't happen all at once, know that it will happen, that it is coming your way for sure. Okay. Then you guys have, you know, the Queen of Swords. Now the Queen of Swords is a beautiful card too. I love this card because, number one, she represents a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. So if that applies to any of you. The reason why I know that is because I am a Libra and I identify strongly with this card. So holla to all my air signs out there if you guys are an air sign. But the reason why I love this card is because it's all about, you know, she represents, you know, a wise, powerful woman in control. And I feel like for you guys, especially if you're a woman watching this, and if you are trying to get yourself on a new path in a new endeavor, such as starting your own business, whether it's within makeup or beauty or anything artistic related, knowing that you are going to be able to be in control of what you want of your life, and you know, you have the strength to do it. Okay. I feel like that's kind of, you know, the main message that comes through with that is knowing that you're going to find your strength. Even though in the beginning of all of this, there's a lot of sense of confusion and maybe even a little bit of fear. Ultimately, once things start picking up, I think you're going to feel so much more happy and be like, I'm on the right path. I knew I should have done this a long time ago. Okay. So let's take a look at the rest of your cards here. So you guys have 3 Queen of the Moon Oracle cards that came through. Fear. Okay. So like I said, there's definitely going to be a lot of fear, growth, and creation. Yes. That's exactly, yeah. I mean, so I think for, yeah, a lot of you guys, there's definitely a lot of fear of like, can I do this? Is this really what I should be doing? And yes, the answer is yes, you should. You know, don't allow fear to hold you back. Growth. You're going to grow from this experience. You're putting yourself outside your comfort zone, and you need to be able to learn and grow from this. That's the only way you can achieve anything. Creation. I love the fact that this comes through because, again, it kind of reminds me of that artistic creation. I think you're going to create a lot of, you know, new things, and you're going to create this new business, this new endeavor for yourself. And possibly, you know, if you are an artist of some sort, lots of creations, and people are going to recognize it and people are going to want it. So those are beautiful cards to come through. And last but not least, you have the 2 Lovers Oracle cards. You have, if you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Yes. Again, remind yourself of that. Like, what is it that you truly want? Go for it. Okay. Listen to your heart. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Yeah, so again, group 3, you guys have a lot of positivity here. I think at the beginning, for sure, I think this is the reason why yours was so large, because, you know, there's definitely a lot of contemplation here, but it looks like for the better, and it's going to work out for you guys. And I'm really excited to see how you guys can, you know, bring this into reality. I'm really excited for you guys, even though we've got some hesitation here, just knowing that overall you are fully capable of doing this. And if anything, if you're watching this and if you had some hesitation, I hope this kind of pushes you in the right direction, because I think you guys are definitely capable of more than what you sometimes tell yourself. So I hope this resonated with you guys, group 3. If it did, please go ahead and give this a like and subscribe to my channel if you are not already. I would truly appreciate, you know, any helpful feedback or suggestions for future videos if you guys have any. I love doing these, so if you guys have any more specific ones that you would like to see in the future, please let me know, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.